So I don't know how well this is going to work out, but I do watch a lot of videos of people who give pertinent and profound information, and I enjoy the ones where they're on a walk. They're doing a walk and talk sort of thing, holding their camera out here like this. So I'm giving an attempt at that because a lot of times people have in their mind, they think, oh, there's nothing I can do. There's only one, I'm just one person. What difference can I make? Well, that's the wrong kind of thinking, in my opinion, because everyone makes a difference. Every single person is unique in their personality, character, and purpose of being here. Everyone's here on a mission. You're on a mission, I'm on a mission. So you're important. Not so much your ego, but your entity is important. And I think for me, it's important that I try and convey to others their importance, and that in this video, I have very little connection with people, period. I mean, I have some friends, but not many, and that's okay. I have 0 likes on anything because I'm not connected to anything, but that's okay too. That's why I don't think that this may go very far, but that's not the point. The point is, I'm doing a video, I'm putting out my thoughts, hoping that, they reach the right person. And if I get one person, let's say a person who connects with the information that I'm imparting, and it helps support them in their self-perception and their self-worth and their contribution to this world, then I've done my job. I've done more than one person. Maybe, okay, 2 people now. Now 2 people are better, me and them. So what are my thoughts on all of this? Well, I think that the background of my walk is healthy for you to watch. I think that subconsciously, subliminally, and metaphysically, it is a healing thing to see green stuff back there, blue stuff up there. There's a book called The Blue Mind. You might enjoy this next part where I'm walking. That validates what I'm saying. And I may impart some sort of information here that you question, but as I tell my children, it's not for me to prove myself right, it's for you to prove me wrong. You do the research, you do the work that I did to come up with my ideas. If your idea is that I'm wrong, then how about you do the work to prove my ideas are wrong? And I'm okay with that. I prefer it. I don't want to be in a delusionary state like most of humanity is these days. Oh, here's some mud. Oh. Here we go. The problem in making videos like this is at the moment in time when it comes for me to come up with some profound thought or idea to convey to you, I lose it. I've lost. I kind of think about stuff. Wow. It's a giant rock. I think about things in the night, laying in bed, going to sleep, that I would like to tell people, and then I forget it. I'm about to turn 67, and maybe that's part of turning 67, or maybe it has to do with what they're spraying in the air. So don't talk to me about climate change until you confront the people who are changing the climate with chemtrails. It's a known thing, and you want to know if we're winning or we're not winning, or all the whole winning thing is when the chemtrails, I don't have any today, maybe later, we'll see. When those begin to disappear, then you know you're winning. Something is changing on our behalf. Our being humanity. And speaking of humanity, we have to look at what is humanity. Do we want to be transhumans? Maybe some people do. I do know that people that have some sort of problem with their self-perception and their ego need to try to find some way to accentuate themselves so that they are more beautiful, more important, their ego is fed. I get it, that's part of being human. But there is a law, the natural law, the law that was ascribed to this matrix, which there are those laws that are out there, that come with the responsibility of being human. And our responsibility of being human is to maintain stewards of this earth. As a steward of this earth, you would think that what we were given is the natural law. And to change that dynamic with changing your DNA, and which I think they say that the vaccine is designed to do that with CRISPR technology and Luciferase and light ignition control over brain cells and things like that. That technology's out there. Just got to go look. You'll find it. Look up Karen Kingston. She's done a lot of research on the patents that are held around the COVID event, which is designed to, change your physiology. Now, why would you change the physiology? This is something I've thought about. If you're no longer human because you've taken a vaccine or a substance into your system that changes your DNA and artificiates, a word I just made up, your makeup as a human entity, now you may fall underneath their patent, such as GMOs. So poor old farmers who have their corn next to a GMO cornfield, and then that cornfield pollinates his cornfield, now they can stake claim to his corn because they own a patent on that corn. Do they now own you through their patent process? If you have taken something that's changed your DNA and we'll find out. That may be the next attack is a legal attack. Do we keep going? Look at this. Here's this mud puddle right here, right? Now, I'm choosing to ignore the fact that it's a mud puddle, and I'm going to walk right through it. And maybe it's good for me. Maybe it's bad for me. But I live in no fear, especially of mud puddles. Or, for that matter, any sort of disease or thing that may attack me here on Earth, because I wasn't meant to be here forever anyway. And wow, the rain has washed. Let's have a look at this road here. This is called a Spanish wall. This wall has been here since the Spaniards built it. So that's a testament to their abilities, you know, right up against the ocean like this, going through Hurricane Maria. I went through that. That was vicious. Wall's still here. So I'm going to pause for a minute, get my thoughts together. Okay, as an aside, an observation, this cement looks like waste that was spilled over part of this wall. If I was in the cement business, I think I'd come down here and do an analysis of this cement, because you talk about something that is durable for hundreds of years, probably worth looking into. How and what did they do there? So what I find is in the free speech platforms, you're speaking to the choir, because the people who are not for free speech, they don't even know if they're for free speech or not. They think they are, but if anyone uses free speech, they cancel it. They can't handle it for some reason. And so I guess this video is, again, for those of like mind, and I hope just to reinforce some sort of positive ideology that it's all going to be okay in the long run. Now the short run looks like it's going to get really rough, but in the long run, we'll probably be okay, should you survive. And the strange thing, this is just me, but it seems like the people who took the vaccine, the believers in man's law, this goes to the law thing again, what we are tasked with in the future is, do we adhere to man's laws or God's laws? Natural law is God's law. We are all sovereign entities, fractals of God. We are fractals in that we are co-creating all of this within the matrix through our minds and how we interpret the information that is downloaded through our aquatic antenna into our system and our electrical, biological makeup. And then we derive ideas. Those that we hold on to and ascribe to give force into the function of the universe, manifesting that into reality. And so we do have responsibility in the way we think and what we project into the universe. Maybe waves are too loud, I don't know. That's something that bothers me, is when people do these nature things and then there's jets and helicopters and all sorts of background noise. I guess I'll move away from it, just in case. I'll go a little bit further. This is the walk that we take. If my buddy was here, we'd go spearfishing. However, the water's cloudy. Even though the waves are down, the water's cloudy. It makes it difficult to spearfish in that. If it's just a little bit clearer, it gives you a chance. Spearfishing is kind of fun because it's a combination of fishing and hunting at the same time. Wow, go figure. Oh, I'm from Texas, so hunting's okay there. So long as the rule is, we grew up with, if you kill it, you eat it. Otherwise, you just don't kill it. That's just the way it is. So, will you follow man's laws, mandates, mask, proven not to work? People are still wearing the mask, which the takeaway there is just how easily the lizard brain meaning the limbic portion, the limbic brain, the one that's got the motivation for food, sex, shelter, all of those things that are primordial in their nature. But once you tap into that limbic brain and distort realities, and it's very difficult. It's easy to do, but difficult to displace that programming. So people get programmed into thinking things that they, from my reading on a brain development book, check me if I'm wrong, you as a human being hear some information from 4 credible sources: your preacher, your best friend, the news, or the newspaper, whatever you consider viable and credible. It then becomes adopted into your paradigm of reality, where you accept it as a truth, whether it's a truth or not. It becomes your truth. But dislodging that becomes a matter of difficulty, because no one wants to think that they're crazy, that their paradigm of reality is wrong. So we hold on to it tooth and nail, because if I was to say, oh, I probably shouldn't have worn that mask and dared nature to try and kill me, or I didn't need the vaccine because I'm out here in the sun getting my vitamin D for the day. And vitamin D actually is a hormone that's an upper respiratory infection suppressant, which is why they didn't want you on the beach in Miami, kids. But so you just got to do what you can, maintain yourself. I do things like C60, methylene blue, sunshine, occasionally some supplements, just randomly. Not that I know anything, just I feel it and go, oh, maybe some magnesium would be good. But yeah, if you decide to follow man's laws, good luck with that. I understand we don't want to go to jail, but you got to pick your battles and hold your lines. I'm not enforcing this on anybody else. You can do whatever you want. You want to wear a mask, wear a mask. In spite of the fact that there's some research that says when you do, you're doing permanent brain damage due to the lack of oxygen and increased CO2 into a part of the brain that they say is irreparable, meaning those of us who survive all of this insanity will be taking care of dementia patients. That'll become our new slave labor, is taking care of the ones that are still alive and broken. Ugh. Doesn't sound too good. But I promise you, it'll be better. But there is some cleaning up that has to be done in the conscious level. Everything is vibration, frequency. These lower vibrating entities, which, of course, you don't want to believe that, but you just observe their behavior and consciousness, the violence, the sexuality, the lower vibration. You don't want to resonate with that, trust me. It leads to street people, You want to be a street people? No, you want to be a productive, creative entity. Oh, maybe that's the objective, to steal the creative capabilities of humanity to co-create reality to perfection and beauty, and circumvent that with their indoctrination of stupidity and ideas that are lower vibratory consciousness ideas, in order to control all of humanity for their benefit. Sounds ridiculous, right? Who could do that? Well, in the Matrix, basically anything can be done. You can have everything. It was all given to you. You just don't know it. And you don't appreciate it. How do I know you don't appreciate it? I have an idea about this in life, and that is, if every human being on earth would just pick up one piece of trash when they left the beach or the park or wherever they're at, one extra, don't bring some and leave it behind. No, take yours and one other person's, the world, and then once you take it, you have to put it into a proper disposal so that we can, control this in a more managed way. The earth would be beautiful, clean, and organic. It just takes the effort of one. But the effort of one, and every one of 7 or 8 billion, I don't know, they're shutting it down, maybe it's 7 or 6 billion now. But that's a lot of stuff to be picked up. And if you do, today I picked up 4 water bottles walking down the street and put those in the trash can. And I try and do something like that whenever I can be conscious enough to do it. But let's get this view. There's an island back there. I can't see it. Maybe you can zoom in on it. There's an island somewhere out there. Oh. Know, knowledge, and wisdom. Let's talk about that. So sometimes I might sound like I think I know a lot. You might think, oh, he thinks he knows everything. No, in fact, I'm aware of the fact that I know very little, because what I know is what I experienced. What I experienced was the experience of living my life for now 67 years. But all of that experience is really subjected to bias, all types of bias of information, the influence of the nature of this paradigm, other people, environment, like there's so many things distorting our perceptions of what we consider to be reality and knowing we know this. No, I know very little and I believe all the rest. What I mean by that is I wasn't there for the patriotic war that created this country. I just believe the stories that were told about it because I didn't experience it. Same way with World War II. The things that happened in World War II, did they happen? I guess, I believe so. I wasn't there. I don't know. Now, my dad was in World War II. He was in the Navy. And when I was a kid, he told me some of his experiences, which I tend to believe that since he was my dad. I think he was there. He did that. And so he's speaking from his knowledge, his knowing. And knowledge is one of those things, it's like, I have this saying, wisdom knows knowledge, but knowledge does not necessarily know wisdom. Wisdom is the application, the ability to apply what you know or think you know as your knowledge. Wisdom is the thing that you're really seeking to derive from your experience here on earth. So you only have so much knowledge given to you. It's whatever period of time of life that you're living here, that's your knowledge. That's your knowing. The rest of it you're believing. Now, believe what you will, and beliefs are a driving force tied in with emotion, the sort of a catalyst to the creation of reality is the depth with which you can emotionally feel that. Now, some people are very emotional about their feelings being hurt because it's against their paradigm and the paradigm of reality that they're trying to create. But we have to be discerning about what reality we want to create. Like, there's some realities that are being pushed upon us with the idea of creating these as truths, which I don't really support those so-called truths, because there's an underlying natural law dynamic which tends to negate falsehoods. So one of my sayings, I have all these not stupid, but interesting sayings to me, and that is, truth is a pillar, one leg, it's a pillar, whereas lies need legs, and they tend to need more and more legs as the lie goes on until they fall apart under the weight of their own legs or their falseness. And we see that happening now if you're willing to look and just try to have some critical thinking skills. Just give it a try to give the other side an opportunity to present their argument. Listen to the argument, feel how it makes you feel. Does it resonate? Resonant, remember frequency, vibration, resonance. Part of the construct of this reality is things in harmony, harmonic, amplitude, all those good words that you should have a good grounding of the definition of. So, I don't know, that came up to me while I was trying to write something down here. Okay, I'll come back to this. Okay? I'm wondering if this will ever make it onto, say, BitChute or YouTube or anything like that. Even I wonder about that.